and welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian and today, as you can see, I have a new filming setup. I just got this bookshelf recently and so I filled it with some books and I thought this would be a nice little filming area for now. I have mentioned in some past videos that I am currently slowly redoing my room and so I will be painting it soon, so I'm gonna have to move all of this soon anyways, but I figured at least for now I could have, you know, a nice bookshelf in the back of my videos. Let me know what you guys think of this new setup, if you like it or not, and yeah. But today we are doing a very exciting video. I am going to be doing the Folklore Book Tag. I will leave the original video linked down below, and I was tagged by Rye from Rye's Reading Corner, so I will leave her channel linked down below as well, so make sure you go check her out. But this book tag, I mean, in case you haven't heard, is based off of Taylor Swift's newest album, which I don't know if you can tell, but I am a big Swiftie. A lot of you have noticed my Taylor Swift calendar in the back of my videos. I love Taylor Swift so much. She's been my favorite singer since I was 12 or 11, maybe even younger. I love her so much. I love every single album she's ever released, and when I found out that she was releasing an album like within the day, I could not believe it. Oh my god, it was so exciting, and obviously it's amazing. I'm still not sure like where I would rank it in my favorite albums. For me, it's hard for anything to beat Speak Now because that, like, I don't know, that album brings back a lot of good memories and it just means a lot to me. But this one is definitely top 2 or top 3. Like, I love Folklore. I love every single song on it. It's amazing. It's so good. She's a genius. She's like, there's no better lyricist, okay? You can't, don't come for me because it's just the fact. So anyways, so today I'm going to be answering some prompts based off of each song from Folklore, and since there's 16 songs, I'm going to try to do this kind of quickly so that we're not here all day. So let's get started. So the first prompt is for the song The One, which I love. It's a great opening song, and that is for a couple that you don't agree with. And this is definitely not like a controversial opinion, but I couldn't really think of anyone, so I went with Joe and that guy. I don't remember his name. Joe and whatever his name is from Little Women, obviously. What is his name? It's like Friedrich or something. Maybe I can find it. I want to say Friedrich, but that could be completely wrong. But you know the guy, like that guy. Anyways, I do not agree. I honestly, like, I mean, a lot of people think this as well, that Jo is either a lesbian or she's asexual, because she states numerous times in the book that she does not want to get married, and then this random guy shows up and she's like, okay. And I love how they did it in the 2019 movie where, like, it's kind of, we're not really sure if it actually happens or if it's just in her story, which, like, in my head it's just in her story and that she doesn't actually end up with that guy. But anyways, but yeah, I definitely do not agree with their relationship because I don't think she wants to get married. So it just seems very out of character that she ends up marrying this random guy, but yeah, that's the tea. So the next song is Cardigan, which again is an amazing song, and I actually did buy the cardigan, but it's not here yet. I wanted to wear it in the video, but I mean, I have this Taylor Swift shirt, so that had to do for now. But anyways, yeah, Cardigan, which is, what is it? A book you loved, but you didn't like the, oh no, a book you loved, but the ending disappointed you. So for this one, I could have gone with The Wife Between Us, but I just talked about that in, I think it was my coffee book tag. So to not be repetitive, I decided to go with The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the last book in the Raven Cycle series, and this series was like a solid 4-star series for me. The third book I really loved. I gave that one 5 stars. And this book, I did really like it, but I found the ending really rushed, and like, especially as an ending for a series, I didn't feel too satisfied with how it ended. Like, it kind of felt like Maggie Stiefvater like didn't really know how she was gonna end it, so she was like, there we go, okay, everyone's happy now, bye. and I was like, oh, okay, like, I don't know, I didn't find it super satisfying. Like, I still really like the book, but I was just kind of like, oh, that's what we've been building to for, like, 4 books now? Okay, so, yeah. So the next song is The Last Great American Dynasty. Again, an amazing song. I'm gonna say that about all these songs, but it's not my fault that they're all amazing. Anyways, and that is a villain that you can't help but love. And this character is not really a villain. I mean, they're more of a villain in the first book than the second book, but I'm gonna go with Theon from Strange the Dreamer. I didn't really want to move it from where it is on my shelf because it's displayed so nicely.
Wow.
But here it is. But yeah, Theon, he's definitely extremely annoying in the first book, especially at the beginning of the first book. Like, I definitely do not love him at the beginning of the first book, but throughout the 2 books, you can't really help but start to like him a little bit, and like, you start to realize that like, he's not such a bad guy, he's just stupid. And like, he just doesn't know how to act around people, and like, he's kind of been taught that, you know, he has to be the best and everything like that. And so, especially the second book, like, you start to really love him, and like, oh, he's such a doofus, but I'm like, Theon, like, and like, by the end of the second book, I'm like, no, I just want him to be happy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Theon. Theon Nero. So next we have Exile, which is definitely one of my favorite songs. It's tied, I think. There's this song and another song that they kind of keep switching between my favorite, but I love Exile and I love Bon Iver's voice. Like, I didn't know he could sing that low. Oh my god, he started singing and I was like,
I can see.
Anyways, but this prompt is your favorite dark, hard-hitting contemporary, and there's definitely darker contemporaries out there, but I haven't read them yet. So I'm gonna go with one I've read really recently, and that is Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I do have a spoiler review up for this book if you guys want to check that out, but I absolutely loved this book so much, and one of the biggest parts of this book is depression, and I thought that Alice Oseman just represented depression really well in this book, and I just felt so bad for the character, well, for all the characters really, because they're kind of all going through a hard time. But yeah, I thought this was just such an amazing book, and it means a lot to me. And if you haven't read this yet, I know I'm really late to the game, but if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend. So next we have My Tears Ricochet, and the prompt is a character death that destroyed you. And well, oh my god, I literally just thought of one besides this one. Okay, the one I just thought of is definitely hit me harder than the one I'm about to mention. That's so funny that I didn't think of this. But obviously the one in Mockingjay, I'm not gonna say who because that would be spoilers, but if you've read it, you obviously know. Like, it's the obvious one, not the one at the end, but the one closer to the middle, you know what I mean? You know. But yeah, I can't believe I forgot about that one. But the one I was about to mention, which I guess I'll still mention, is someone in the Death Cure, which is the last book in the Maze Runner series. It's been like 5 or 6 years since I've read this series. I don't know if I would like it now, but I was obsessed with this series when I read it. But yeah, and my favorite character, I did not like what happened to them in this book. And again, if you've read it, you know who I'm talking about. This one, but more the one in Mockingjay. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but there you go. So the next prompt is Mirrorball, and the next song is Mirrorball. The next prompt is a character that went through a, what was it? A character that goes under a major character development, and for this one I went with Eleanor from Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, because at the beginning of this book she is really annoying, and it's kind of really hard to be in her head because you're like, what, like, who is this girl? Like, she's pretty annoying, but then throughout the novel, not only do you find out more about her, so you kind of understand why she is the way she is, but also, like, through her newfound friendships, she kind of learns how to be more polite, and like, she gains some compassion. And I mean, she also goes through a lot, so like, at the beginning I was like, okay, she's annoying, but then the more I read, the more I was like, oh my god, Eleanor, I love you. And yeah, so I would say Eleanor Oliphant. Okay, so the next song is Seven, which is my other favorite song. I think right now Seven is my favorite song. I love that song so much. It's so good. I find it so underrated. Like, I feel like no one talks about that song, but it's so good. I just want to sing it all the time. But that the prompt is your favorite childhood book, and I could have gone with Flipped, but again, I talked about that in my coffee book tag. So instead, I'm gonna go with Molly Moon, and I can't remember what the full title is of the first book. It's like Molly Moon and the something book of hypnotism, something like that, and I do not remember who wrote this, but this was a series that was kind of popular when I was 9 or 10 maybe, and I was just obsessed with these books. I reread the first few like a bunch of times. This was probably the first series that I was obsessed with. Like, before I read this, before I read Percy Jackson, and obviously that series like blew me away. But yeah, like Molly Moon, like I read them so much. I mean, it's about a little girl who finds this book of hypnotism and she learns how to hypnotize people, and then she like does all these things, and like the books can get pretty dark too, like for middle grade books. I mean, middle grade books can be pretty dark, but if you've heard of these books or if you've read them, please let me know. But yeah, I'll say those ones. So the next prompt is August, or no, the next song is August, and the next prompt is your favorite summertime read. And for this, I went with The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I technically didn't read this in the summer because I read this back in May, which was right before summer. But like, I mean, look at this cover. Like, this just screams summer, I find. And a lot of this book takes place in, where do they go? It's some tropical island. I can't remember where. It might be Maui. But anyway, so this one is definitely like a very summery read, and it's just like a very cute romance, and like, you know, that's very summery, I guess. I don't know, but I absolutely love this book, and yeah. Read it in the summer, but also you can read it whenever you want because it's great. Okay. So the next song is This Is Me Trying, and the prompt is a book that always pulls you out of a reading slump. And I don't really reread books too often, so there isn't like one book that like I always read during a reading slump. So I just picked a book that did get me out of a reading slump once, and that is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I read this after I had been in a really bad reading slump for basically like 4 years, and then I picked this book up and I got through this so quickly. It's such a quick read, and if you're in a slump and you're just looking for something like extremely easy to read, I would recommend this one because it's just like it's like about 300 pages, but like there's a lot of like I don't know if you can see that at all, but there's a lot of like illustrations. Some of the chapters are extremely short, like if you can see this, like, so it's a really quick read if you're in a reading slump, and yeah, and it's also really good, so I recommend. The next song is Illicit Affairs, and the prompt is a book that is your guilty pleasure, and for this I went with Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I've talked about this a lot on my channel lately, but I've only read the first 2 books in the series, but I really like them. I know a lot of people hate on Sarah J Maas, but I really like these books, and I don't care what you say. So I think they're really fun and I really like them, and that's all I gotta say. So there you go. Okay, next we have Invisible String, which is an extremely cute song. I love that song. That's probably like definitely maybe my number 3 song. It changes all the time, I don't know. But the prompt is your book boyfriend or girlfriend, and I have 2. One of them is obviously Laszlo from Strange the Dreamer. Here it is. We all know. I mention him in like every video. I love him so much. He is so soft and pure, and I love him. But I do have another answer in case you're tired of me talking about Laszlo all the time, and that is Darren from Where Dreams Descend. I read this book in July and I absolutely loved it. It is one of my favorite books of the year, and I love Darren so much. He is also, you can tell like what kind of guy is my type, because I love the soft boys, and Darren is so soft. Oh my god, he's so sweet and I love him. And this book comes out very soon, August 25th, which I don't think this video will be. No, this video will be out before then. So pre-order it because it comes out soon. Where Dreams Descend is very good. I love it. Okay. Okay, and then the next question goes well with my last answers, which is Mad Woman, which is a strong female protagonist, and I'm gonna go with Sarai from Strange Strange Dreamer, and Kalia from Where Dreams Ascend. Can you tell I love these books? I don't think you can. But yeah, I love Sarai. She is very strong and she goes through a lot, that's for sure. And yeah, I think she's very strong. And also Kalia is just like a badass bitch, ready to take names, you know. So I love both these ladies. They're great. Next song is Epiphany, which is a character that has overcome a lot, which I chose Rin from the Poppy War because she has definitely gone through a lot. I've only read the first war, so I've only read the first book so far, but in the first book alone, she definitely goes through a lot, and I heard it just goes downhill from here in the Dragon Republic, so that's fun. But also Rin, if she just made smarter choices, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad all the time. But anyways, it's fine. She'll learn one day maybe, but yeah, I would say Rin. The next song is Betty, which is another song I love. It's definitely my top like 3 or 4, and the prompt is a character that deserved better, and for this I'm going with Kale from, well, specifically Crown of Midnight. I don't think he deserved a certain person being mad at him because of what he did. I don't think what happened was his fault. I will die on this hill. Yeah. I've already ranted about this, but yeah, Kale. And yes. The next song is Peace, and that is... what is it? The prompt is what is it? The prompt is your favorite fictional couple, and it says bonus points if they went through a lot together, and I feel like the only right answer is Laszlo and Sarai from Strange Dreamer, because not only are they super cute and sweet, but they have definitely gone through a lot together, if you know, you know. But yeah, that's all I have to say. The last song is Hoax, and the prompt is a fictional breakup that destroyed you, and I couldn't really think of many because I don't know, I just couldn't think of many, but the one that I came up with was the one in this book. And I don't think things are gonna get better, so I'm very upset. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So that is the Folklore Book Tag. I don't really know who to tag because Rye tagged a lot of people, so I feel like anyone I know who likes Taylor Swift has already done this tag. So if you haven't been tagged yet and you love Taylor Swift, or you love folklore, or you just feel like doing this tag, then feel free to do it. I tag you. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you guys think about this new setup. I know I look kind of orange because my curtains are very orange, but then like, I don't know if this is better if I move this, but it's also very hot, so like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that would have been better. Oh no, I'm sorry if I was really orange that whole video. I'm still learning, okay? It's fine. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Bye!